Ready?
Yeah.
Action. So, the first question is, could you introduce yourself and tell me a little about who you are, your interests, your passions, whatever you want to share?
Okay. My name is Thaina. I am a mother. I am a creative. Um, I like to call myself an artist. I paint. I do ceramics. I make children. um, yeah. Living and loving life in Merida, Mexico with my husband and kids and my mom and sister. Yeah.
Awesome. What are some activities or experiences that bring you joy and fulfillment?
I would say definitely creating art and hiking. I love to spend time by waters, any body of water really. Picnics and spending time with family for sure. Family has always been the core of everything that I do. If I can integrate them in any type of activity, I'm going to do that. And so even things I don't enjoy so much, I'll enjoy it if it's with my family.
That's awesome. Family definitely seems to be very important, and different people have different relationships with their family. What is something that, or how is it that you guys keep such a strong connection or passion towards each other?
Well, honestly, I would say that once upon a time, I would say that my family was enmeshed.
Oh,
Yeah.
English.
Un poquito. Sí.
¿Están haciendo grabaciones, perdón?
¿Perdón?
¿Estás haciendo grabaciones?
No. Sí, es un video, pero es personal, no es comercial.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Gracias.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
We'll have to start over.
No,
Oh, okay.
that's fine. Like, I'll keep it in there.
Okay. So, what were we talking about?
How do you you and your family keep such a connection?
Oh, yeah. I was saying, once upon a time, I would say that we were like a bit too close. We were a bit about sharing a lot of personal, with family it's personal, but at the point where me, my sister, my mom, and my dad are all adults, all of that energy, two Pisces and Cancers, sharing space, it became a lot. But one of the things that I have taken from the family that I've come from is the importance of sharing and being supportive of each other, and how we're meant to help each other navigate life together. And that's something that I want to integrate with the family that I've created, my husband and kids. And so I feel like I was saved from making a lot of mistakes that a lot of people make, because in the midst of them feeling alone, feeling like they had no one to talk to, I had adults who have been through things to talk to. And so I didn't have to make the same mistakes, and I wish the same for my kids. And so that is motivation for us to be intentional about sitting down at the table together, to break bread, or singing songs together, praying together, carving time to watch a movie together, and do all the activities that we do.
That's amazing. You talked about your family being there to help you avoid certain mistakes that most people, probably tend to go through and everything and stuff. But I'm sure, at the same time, we all go through, some people call it mistakes, learning lessons and everything. I guess going off of that, your family was your strength in that. What would you say, and me trying to weave questions into questions, speaking of strength, what do you believe are your core strengths and weaknesses that define your character?
That define my character.
Yeah.
I would say that my strength is, one of my major strengths is I'm able to make things beautiful. I think that, like aesthetics is a major part of my life. Being able to see beauty in things that a lot of people ignore, they're not attuned to. I have the gift of doing so, and it shows in the way that I present and, you know, everything that I do. I think it also can be a weakness because if you're constantly searching for the beauty of things or looking at the beauty of things, you might miss, the importance of, other things. I think that define my character. Something that I have allowed to define my character for a long time was thinking that I needed to only do one thing. Like I could only be one thing. You're groomed as a child to pick a career, something that you want to do for the rest of your life. And I'm not a for the rest of your life type of person. And so I feel like for a long time, I define my character as someone that didn't follow through. Now, I don't see myself in that way. Now I see myself as I gave it the energy that I needed to give it for the time that I needed to give it. And when I needed to move on to do something new, that's what I do. And so I think I believe a lot of these things that character traits, we want to call them character traits, or things that we call strengths and weaknesses, may not actually be, that. It might not be a weakness, and so I think over time I realized that that's just who I am, and I don't see it as something as, a detriment to my life for me to be interested in different things at different times,
Oh, that's amazing. So then you mentioned, your ability to find the beauty and everything. Like, how did you discover, I guess, that strength? Like, or how did you, when did you start seeing that? Like, have you always seen that?
Yeah,
or?
I think I got that from my mother.
Mm-hmm.
She, I would watch her, even in the way that she brushed her hair, she would always take time in the things that she did since I was little. And it was admirable for me, and I think I know that she's the one that really carved out what it meant for me to be a woman, to present in the feminine parts of me. And so I think allowing myself to slow down has allowed me to create space for that beauty, to see the beautiful things and to create it for myself, for my family, for the life that I live. Yeah.
And it seems that you have great self-awareness of, just like you said, learning to find the beauty in everything and stuff. And you say you've always kind of had that, and it's only grown stronger. I guess my next question would be is, what other experiences or moments of self-discovery or self-realization have impacted your life, I guess?
I think when I discovered my voice, when I realized that there was value, that people found value in my opinion, that has changed me because I had built a platform to speak about things publicly. Even though, I would consider myself shy, but I feel like realizing that I had a voice that matters, and I mean we all do, but we all, not all of us are able to find out that or realize that we have that voice, and I think I realized it, at a time where sharing yourself online started to become a thing, and so Patrice and we started a blog back in the day, and we shared a lot of fashion-related things. And since then, I have been in a space where I feel comfortable sharing about fashion-related things, beauty-related things, and it's still a huge part of my life right now.
And it seems that, because you mentioned the fact of being shy too, was like, I guess you could say like a hurdle that you probably had to, get over at some point. And not saying that you're fully over it, because we can still have moments of those. But sorry, it's admirable that being shy is like. It involves a certain type of, I guess, fear to an extent too, as well. And it's like, what I guess the question I'm going to ask now is like, what tips or advice would you give, especially for those who are more introverted or shy? Like, what would you say to them to encourage them to get over? Because a lot of times our fears are the things holding back from our calling and our passions and stuff. But
I would say, or what I needed to hear, myself, was that everyone has to be a beginner in order to be great, and so if you never start, you'll never become what it is that you want to be. And it takes great bravery to morph into what you're intended to be in this life. And we're literally all trying to get there. We're all people trying to be in the space of greatness, in the space of purpose. No one is better than anyone else. No career is better than any other. No calling is greater than any other. And so just follow what's in your heart. And don't worry about other people's opinions of it. That's easier to say than do, and it's something I have to consistently remind myself, because I do have a lot of anxiety when it comes to what other people think, what their thoughts and opinions are. But once I'm able to ground myself, recenter, and realize that we all are going after what it is that we want in life, it helps me to get back on course, and it helps me to be able to do what I need to do without worrying about the judgment of others or the opinions of others.
One of the questions I usually ask everyone is that, do you feel that where you currently are, like, we're always trying to get to a certain part of ourselves, or like we have a goal where we see ourselves? Do you feel like you are there already? And it's like, I mean, I know there's like, smaller growth going on too, but is there like a certain image or way you see yourself in the next couple of years and you're just like, this is where I want to be? Or you're like, oh, I'm good where I am, and I reached a goal that I didn't think I would achieve this soon, and now I'm just seeing where it goes from there?
I mean, at this point in my life, my focus is adjusting to motherhood. Like I have a almost 3-year-old, and I have a newborn, and I think they're my focus. Making sure that I'm doing what I need to do so that they can start this life in a good place. And I feel like we're in the midst of doing that, right? Like we have found a safe, beautiful place where they're able to live as children, you know, breathe. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have given them that. I feel like these first few years, it's so important for them to have as much of my energy as I can give them. And so I'm okay with sacrificing, really diving into career goals at this point, so that I could be present for them. But I do have career goals, you know, that I would like to achieve. And I believe that there are things that I will achieve in this life that I haven't even imagined yet or realized yet. So when you ask me if I feel like I'm there, I don't think I'll ever feel like I'm there, because I expect to always pivot. I expect to, you know, to accomplish a goal and then find passion for something else and to continue on until my last day.
Yeah. That's awesome, and that, I guess that's a great way for for even people who see themselves to be, and they want to get to a certain part of themselves, like right now they may say I'm a dance teacher, but I want to become a world-renowned dance teacher. So it's like you share like being flexible and pivoting, which helps you, I guess, navigate that gap between each level of growth or each change in passion and stuff, which is very inspiring and stuff. And also, you know, like being a mother, how is that for you? Like, of course, being a mother, it changes, you know, being a parent and everything, it changes you to an extent, but how it seems that you still are holding on to, you know, who you are, even with the changes, you know, holding on to yourself as a core person. And a lot of times, you know, fathers, mothers, but mostly mothers, because it's like the toll it takes on you guys, you know, is like different compared. Like, how do you hold on to yourself and your passions and your goals? Because a lot of times, you know, the moms, they lose focus because the kids become their everything, and they feel like everything, I had to sacrifice everything for the kids. But and it's not saying you don't, but being able to still put you first as well. Like, how did you find that?
I think understanding that. Good. I think I had realized that if you give everything away, all of your energy away, you will burn out. And so it's important to be fed in order for you to feed. It's important for you to show up for yourself so that you can show up for other people. And I have learned that from experience, even before my children. You know, when I was working 9 to 5, and, you know, I, as a wife, felt like I needed to do everything to upkeep the home, you know, because my husband was the primary breadwinner. I felt like, you know, he didn't have to come home and cook or clean or anything. And I got burned out. So, and when I got burnt out, I just physically did not have any energy to give anymore. And I never want to be in that place with my children. And so it will always remain a priority for me to feed myself, so that I could always be there to feed them.
That's amazing. Wow. I guess I have 2 final questions. Like, I love the spirit that you have as a person. Just like, you know, me personally getting, like, knowing you and everything and stuff. I guess one of the questions I have is, like, when do you feel most alive and in tune with your true self?
So I guess I would say anytime that I feel like I'm in flow, like if I have, honestly, I have little instances of that every day. Like if I wake up and I decide I want to create a new dish, so I turn on my music and I start cooking, and I smell that, you know, the aromas coming out are to my liking. Like, I'll feel accomplished. You know, I will feel like I'm in flow. I would feel fed. You know, if I wake up or, you know, I decide I want to do a certain makeup look and it turns out right, I'll feel like I'm in flow, I'm aligned. So anytime I feel like I'm aligned, even looking at my phone, if I see 1111, 222, you know, like, I feel like I am blessed, you know, I am in flow, I am creative, you know, and that allows me to be in a space of joy. And yeah.
And my final question is, normally people ask like, oh, what would you tell your younger self? But my question is, what would you, like, is there anything you want to tell yourself that is 5 years from now or 10 years from now?
You are inspiring. You are doing it, Mama. Your kids are so proud to have you as their guide. You are a light in this world. Your spirituality, your love for your family, your art, everything around you is inspiring and humbling at the same time. Thank you for being you.
Awesome. And thank you for sharing.
Thank
and
you.
This was amazing, very inspirational. And again, thank you for your time and sharing, you know, different parts of you. And I'm sure, like, people who watch this back, even yourself, I'm sure even if you watch it back too, it's going to inspire a lot of people. Even yourself inspired me. And so thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And I always give everybody a high five after, like we did it kind of thing. So just my little corny dad thing, you know.
It's cute.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
cute.
So, awesome. And Kat, yeah.